Poverty is an issue that's global, and with the proper action against it, it could end. Lack of food, education, shelter, and the basic necessities are what put people in situations of poverty. Global poverty is an issue that has gone on for decades. Greetings, everyone. I am Raven Brown, a sophomore at Kennesaw State University. Whether in news or in your actual everyday life, I notice that issues of poverty surround us daily. Because lack of education, shelter, and natural resources. Poverty is a condition that falls on individuals due to lack of necessities. The issues of poverty can be reduced with effort and participation to decrease such a huge issue. Today, I will be discussing the origin of poverty, the problems that come about from global poverty, and how to prevent such an issue. Being able to reduce global poverty starts with help and support of people. In order to decrease the poverty rate and make the population better altogether, and in order to make poverty extinct, people must be educated on the issue. And this is where I will begin educating. First, I'm going to explain the definition of poverty and what it is. Poverty is the condition in which individuals need and lack adequate income or resources to live on. It is an absence of freedom and opportunity. Poverty has multiple definitions, and I will state them. There is situational, which is whether it be natural disasters, marriage separations, any natural situation that occurs. These situational issues put people in poverty. They lead to people being in impoverished situations. You also have absolute poverty, which is when people don't have the natural resources that I've said before, like water, shelter, food, clothing. All those things make up absolute poverty. Without those things, you are sure to fall into a situation of poverty. Last, it's generational, which is when people are born into the situation and they can't help their situation. They're born into it and they have no real devices to help them get out of the situation. Now I will discuss the problems of poverty. Whether it be natural climate disasters, which prompt poverty, especially when media doesn't cover the issue. And with media not covering the issue, you don't end up with fundraising events or fundraisers to help people get out of these situations. Poverty causes hunger and keeps people from getting the clean water. Lacking such necessities is a sure way to keep people in poverty, which is a major problem. Without an occupation or career, it's even harder to get out of poverty. And I know most people say, oh, well, getting a job is easy. It's easy to get a job. It's basic. But it's not when you don't have a car, you don't have gas money, you don't have water to bathe, you don't have food to eat. It's not a basic necessity. Also, education. Majority of people that live in poverty aren't educated or they lack proper education. Another problem comes in when families aren't able to send their kids to school because they need their kids to work. Poverty can also stem from the government. You notice in most states or in most places around the world, you have government programs that help with situations like poverty. But not all governments help with the issue, which leads to people remaining in poverty. Now I will discuss ways to prevent poverty and ways to keep these actions under control so that we don't have to deal with poverty for long. I think first we should push the government to administer proper water for everyone, proper necessities, even if you have to boycott or if you have to petition. This lets government know that they should get their issues under control to decrease the poverty rate. Next, find career opportunities and persuade people who are in poverty to find careers or look into careers. Another way that you can help is loaning transportation to people. If they don't have cars, you can loan them rides so that they can get to careers that they need so that they can get out of the situation. Empower individuals. If you see that they are in poverty and they want to help or they want to make things better, involve them in projects that could help with the situation. Start your own personal fundraisers if climate disasters are about and they keep people in these situations. Last, give guidance on education programs. This can easily help people that are in this situation get better. Their circumstances won't be the same if they get an education. Now that you know how to rid the problems of poverty, it may be a simple issue to everyone. But to me, I feel it's a blessing that everyone has the basic necessities to live and have their freedoms and have their basic necessities. The thing is, you should always put yourself in other people's shoes. Just because we don't go through situations like this doesn't mean that other people don't. In order to help the situation, we as individuals must come together and help in any way possible so that these issues of poverty don't consist and don't continue to keep growing. After all, poverty is a global issue that could end with proper actions against it. I've just discussed what global poverty is, the causes of poverty, and how to prevent poverty. Ending global poverty can only create a better future for the entire world. And why wouldn't anyone want to improve the lives of others and create a better future in the process? Thank you.